Hello there, folks. Welcome back to ESA Winter 21. We are raising money for Alzheimer Fonden. Links to donate can be found below the stream. We would also like to thank Koei Tecmo Europe for No to the Complete Edition, Twitch, and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. Quickly before we get to the next run, we have received a $25 anonymous donation without any comment, but thank you so much indeed. Remember, all your donations go towards Alzheimer Fonden. Okay, we are now ready. Got something great for you now. We have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets with Nixxo. Please take it away.
Yeah, thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone, to HP2 for the PC. Kind of like an action, adventure, jump and run kind of thing. I am Nixxo on Twitch. I'm joined by Flo in commentary, who also happens to be the world record holder.
Hello, everyone.
So that's nice. So yeah, I guess without further ado, we can just get to it. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. Yeah, this game has cutscene skips. I would love to watch this beginning cutscene because it has like an airplane which absolutely blows your eardrums out because they mixed it wrong, but sadly we gotta go fast. Yeah, as I said, it's action, jump and run. It's also incredibly broken. This very first introduction level, which is pretty much the way to Hogwarts, introduces us to our like main glitch of the run, which is this one, which is called brightness boosting. I'll leave the tech explanation to Flo on how tricks work because he's way better than that than I am.
Yeah, so basically, this is brightness boosting. Whenever you're in a ledge grab animation, we don't actually fully know why, but it just decides to boost her in the air. And yeah, there's like 3 different type of ledge grab animation, and all of them send you in a slightly different direction every time. Yeah, but most of the time we use it to like skip like a couple seconds of walking, like Nixxo just did, and sometimes we just break a level entirely and go straight to the end. So that's fun.
Yeah, like a lot of levels in this game are kind of vertical, so going up is like really helpful. And like there's a level later that's gonna be 10 seconds because it's just like one level that just goes up. It's also quite funny because the brightness slider does like all those glitchy things, but it doesn't change the brightness. So that's
we literally just use it to boost.
Yeah,
doesn't do anything. Doesn't change the brightness.
Nope. It's a good job, EA. Yeah, this is an EA game. Also worth noting, if you think you've maybe played this in your childhood, there's a chance you've played one of the other 4 versions that this game has, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this game has like 5 different versions. It's like PC, PS1, Xbox, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, a lot of different versions, and all the games are different.
Yeah, it's really weird why they decided to make like 5 different games for the same like year. But I guess that was when Harry Potter was at its strongest. Yeah, we've entered the first class, the first spell learning class, which we have 4 of in this game. They all teach us different spells that do different things. This is Rick to Sempra, which is like the... I don't actually know what it's in lore. I think it's the tickling curse, isn't it? But in this game, it just stuns everyone, or every opponent. And unfortunately, they made spell learning this weird kind of Dance Dance Revolution minigame where you just have to hit the correct arrow keys. And in the first game, they actually had it a bit different, and you had to trace the symbol, which honestly is way more frustrating, but was way more fun in my opinion.
Yeah, and the problem about arrow keys is sometimes the game just decides to give a random input while you're doing the arrow keys. So if you see Nixxo randomly failing an arrow, it's not actually Nixxo, it's the game giving a random input.
Well, it might be me as well.
It could be Nixxo, but...
Yeah, I will pretend it's a fake input no matter what.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how we get away with it in runs.
Yeah, it's another case of great coding, and it gets less and less common throughout the game. So it's really this first spell learning and then the second one where it happens like a lot. And then as you progress in the game, I don't know if they caught on to it and tried to like patch it out, but it just, they rarely happen on the last 2 spell learning.
Yeah, for whatever reason, on Scourge, which is the next spell learning after Rictus Emperor, it's very, very common to get fake inputs on that one. The other ones are okay.
Yeah, mostly. It loses like quite a bit quite a good amount of seconds if you get the fake input. So
Yeah.
really don't want to. So yeah, that's Rictus Emperor. That's what it does. It just flips those things over, and then we can push them in. For the pushing, we have like another trick, which I'm doing right here, which is the pause casting.
Yeah. So basically, whenever you cast a spell, or whenever Harry casts a spell, rather, there's a cooldown before you can cast another spell. For whatever reason, if you pause your game, it just resets that cooldown, and yeah, you can just cast spell like very, very quickly. And we're totally not gonna abuse that very heavily later in the run.
Not at all. It's also great, like forever. No, wait, I can't talk. But the phrase "we don't know why it works, but it does." Like I'm feeling like we're gonna use that quite often throughout this run. Like that's kind of this game in a nutshell. Like we don't know why a lot of stuff works, but it just does.
Yeah.
It's just weird coding.
Essentially.
But pause casting is like a really crucial glitch in this game. It's like not allowed in glitchless. So the creature, like pushing them around and pushing them into stuff is a pain in glitchless. And
Really is, yeah.
I'm happy we're doing any % for this one.
Something really interesting, this is also the only spell challenge that we're gonna play fully. We can skip literally every other spell challenge other than Rictus Emperor. This is the only one that we play entirely.
Yeah, it's quite boring to be honest. It's just I'm not a Rictus Emperor fan.
Yeah.
Also, since you're saying we can skip most of them, we can also skip this one if we would play on higher FPS. You can maybe barely see the FPS counter on the bottom right corner. And we have, after a lot of discussions, settled on 60 FPS for this game, because the problem with this is that if you play it uncapped, the game speed also, like, the game runs faster. Like, if you would play this on 1000 FPS, Harry would just go, like, supersonic speed.
Yeah, a lot of things are really weird on higher FPS, like NPCs start to get stuck on the stairs. The Basilisk fight is a lot harder, and just a bunch of random things are like a lot different. It's really weird, but yeah, 60 FPS is definitely a better frame rate for this game.
Yeah, for that challenge that we just finished, for example, if you play on a higher frame rate, the first cutscene skips fast and you can just backwalk out of the challenge, pretty much. So there's a trigger on the door behind you and it doesn't close in time because of the FPS. So you also skip the entirety of the challenge.
Yeah. So you saw Nixxo boosting in a trigger at the end, rather than just grabbing the star. The main reason for that is when you grab the final star, it gives you a certain amount of house points, and afterwards we get sent to the Bean bonus room, and how long you stay in the Bean bonus room is based off the difference of house points between Slytherin and Gryffindor. And if we just boost into the trigger rather than collecting the star, we don't get any house points, and we get like, the game kind of gives us a certain amount of house points till we're ahead of Slytherin. And yeah, it just makes it so that we stay only a maximum, like 20-second maximum in the Bean bonus room.
Yeah, the weird room with the beans. It's like nice for casual people because you can collect stuff, but like we obviously don't want to spend time there.
Yeah.
They're like two different RNGs. You can be 10 seconds in or 20 seconds in, and apparently the 20-second RNG is like a 22% chance or something, which I've gotten this run, obviously. So no surprises there. I've gotten that yesterday on my practice stream. I've gotten 6 out of 7 runs. I've gotten the bad RNG, so I don't really know about those 22%.
Yeah, those 22% are, I don't really trust them, but
yeah. Apparently people looked at the code, but it really seems like a lot more, or like a lot higher chance. Yeah, also this is Quidditch. It's very boring in this game. It's just an auto-scroller. Again, reference to the first game, you could actually freely fly around and like do whatever you want. But in this game, they force you on like one, trail. It's really not fun. We're gonna see it a couple times, sadly, in this run, but
yeah, the first game definitely had worse controls, but at least like Quidditch was somewhat entertaining. In this, it's literally just an auto-scroller.
Yeah.
With that, do we have some time for donations?
Yeah, definitely.
Sure, go for it.
Because we've got quite a few here, lots of love coming in. We've got $10 from Complex Beaver, who says, "Remember your teaching, Nixxo. First try Scourge Snipe for another 20. So I'm
Okay.
sure you'll explain what that means to us in a second. Now, apologies, I'm going to try singing this next one, which is probably a bad idea for everybody involved, but I'm going to do it anyway. We've received $10 from Anonymous, who says, Nixxo man, does whatever a Nixxo can. Donating because I'm a Nixxo fan. Love the runs that Nixxo ran. Thank you very much
Thank you very
indeed. And finally, for now, we've got $5 from Jagotu, who says, a bean. Thank you very much for those generous donations.
Yeah, they're like a lot of reference to memes. But to come back to the Scourge Snap, actually, it's actually a trick that we thought has only until like last year when we actually found like a setup for it. It's at the very end of the run, pretty much. So it's gonna be a while until I can get that first try, obviously.
Yeah, it's a very precise cast where we try to cast Scourge kind of behind the gate, and it's extremely precise. And
yeah, they're like a few
Hopefully Nixxo
pixels
will
from
get
the
it first.
hitbox, like peeking through the floor. So you gotta hit like a couple pixels that are just there.
Yeah.
It's kind of stupid.
So we are on Scourge, and yeah, this is the one place where it's very common to get fake inputs. So let's pray.
I'm gonna get them. I know I'm gonna get them.
Yeah, one fake input loses about 18 seconds. If you get it on the first round, it's better because you can just pretty much keep failing. Because failing the arrow keys like 4 times in a row, just skip straight away to the level, and you don't have to deal about doing the arrow keys. But if you get it on the second round or the third round, it's just faster to just keep doing the arrow keys.
Yeah. It's also a fidget spinner, as you might notice. I'm getting that literally like every day we run these games. Someone comes in and says, like, is that a fidget spinner?
Really looks like a fidget spinner, yeah.
So Harry Potter definitely invented that. But yeah, those minigames, sadly, they don't really increase in difficulty either. Like, the spell learnings are probably the worst part of the entire run. But the Scourge challenge itself is quite fun. It's like 8 seconds.
Yeah, as I said, we actually have like 2 different ways to skip all the... Oh, nice fake input. Yeah, so we actually have like 2 different ways to skip the challenges. Everything past Rick to Sempra. We'll explain the other ones later. We'll actually use it for Defendo. For this one, the other way that we have to skip the challenge is not faster. It's just faster to do a trick called Wall Walk, and we can basically just grab the star after like 10 seconds of playing Scourge. So that's nice.
Yeah, they kind of messed up walls in this game, like big time. So they very often have like some random collision just in the mid-air. Like, there's probably the most precise part of the run, but thankfully if you fail it, you do not get punished too harshly. Like that.
Yeah. This wall walk is very, very precise. And it's probably the hardest trick to learn. If you want to learn this game, it's probably the hardest trick to learn.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's just, you need the correct angle, the correct jump timing, and the correct speed, so you just combine everything.
It's really difficult.
You get used to it.
We're approaching Bicorn, which is by far the hardest level in any percent, and only this, like, yeah, it's one of those few levels that we actually have to play fully. But yeah, it's a really difficult level, has a lot of really difficult boost, and yeah,
We'll see how it goes. The first boost is actually already like pretty crucial because there is a cycle to get in this level, so you cannot take long to get this. We'll see.
Yeah,
I think that looks good. Does look good indeed. That should get the cycle,
nice.
Because we have gotten that first try. It's kind of like an awkward ledge grab to get because you have to jump into it and then get like the small one, which has the shortest animation, so also the least amount of time you have to get the inputs in for the brightness boost. But there is a snail here that you can lure inside this thingy. I don't think it's seeing me. That's still works though. So if you position like that, the snail goes in on its own and you don't have to push it, which is quite a decent amount of time save. And if you're too slow on the first boost, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, this room is also like the most painful running glitchless. I failed this grab, that's okay. because you have to push all of those around without pause casting. Like, it takes long enough as it is if you have the pause casting, but those rooms are really, really annoying, and I don't quite understand why they included them.
It's kind of weird.
Just to annoy speedrunner, I guess.
Yeah, glitchless is definitely a lot harder for this. Like for these two rooms where we have to do the pause or where we can do the pause cast, we can literally just stand still. But in glitchless, you actually have to get closer to the crabs and the snail to push them in the cage.
Yeah, there's another wall walk here right now. Again, walls are just messed up. You can skip the entire maze part that we've seen down there, but just, well, falling into bad collision.
Here, we got another wall walk coming up.
Yep.
This one is actually really easy. You just run and jump into it, and you pretty much get it every time.
Yeah,
this jump that Nixxo did is a lot harder than it looks. Because if you cannot actually ledge grab that platform, so if you fail it, you pretty much just die. Ooh.
Yep. Like, you're supposed to cast at a Scourge, like at the slime stuff, to get the platforms to rotate. Those pixels are scary, okay. They can block you because they have collision. But yeah, you're supposed to make the platforms rotate, and we don't want to do that because it's slow, so we just jump across on that room. And there we go, that's Bicorn done. That was okay. Didn't die, so that's all that matters.
Pretty good overall.
Yeah. And it's also, by the way, story-wise, it's the first ingredient we need for the Polyjuice Potion, which transforms you into someone else, which they want to question Draco Malfoy about the Chamber of Secrets, essentially. So that's kind of the main part they copied from the books. Like, this game is very loosely based on the books. So it's like one of the few things they actually copied. And everything else is just kind of they made up random challenges that you can do as a video game player.
We are approaching duels, which is very, very complex, as you're about to see. Because we just Castify, Expelliarmus, and then Free Rictus Sempra, and he's done.
He actually dodged one of them somehow. I don't think
that was weird.
Yeah.
Good job, Malfoy.
That's sick reflexes. But yeah, there's like a glitch as well. The protection spell, if you go to the menu while casting it, you're constantly protected and you cannot get hit. So that will be abused. It's quite a easy duel.
Right, and we're approaching Defendo spell learning, and it's actually we're actually gonna fail on purpose the arrow keys on Defendo in order to get another glitch to skip Defendo entirely.
Yeah,
let's see.
We'll see how this one goes. I think that's first try. Nice.
Just let me know when you've got a bit of spare time, because we do have lots of love for you.
Oh, yeah, definitely now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let's quickly get through these for you then. We've received another $10 from Complex Beaver, who says, "Oh, hi, Flo." We've also received $10 from Psych, who says, "This looks nothing like a hundo fector." Shout outs to ESA for putting on such a great event and for representing the Harry Potter community in an amazing way. Shout outs to Dumbledore's army and watching out for my bludgers. Good luck on the rest of the run, Nixxo. Well, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much.
And Run Like AJ has given us $25. What's up, ESA? Hope you will enjoy this small Harry Potter block. Shout outs to my boys Nixxo and Cena, who will entertain us in the next 2+ hours. Also, someone should set up a prediction if this fine German guy softlocks, since he always does it. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much indeed for those generous donations.
Yeah, you know you've done it if you're known for soft locking and bad RNG. That's pretty much, that's pretty much my thing. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Yeah,
so, I will explain this glitch. So basically, this is the second way that we have of skipping a spell challenge. The thing interesting about this game is you don't actually need to finish the levels in order to progress in the story. You just need to pretty much leave, you can leave them as soon as you enter. Because so right now the next level in the story is called Boomslang, and as soon as we enter Defendo, the doors to Boomslang are already open. We can already go to Boomslang. So we don't actually need to finish Defendo. We can just exit it on with whatever glitch pretty much. And we have one called Quidditch Warping. for whatever reason, if you go in the pause menu, go in the Quidditch menu, press F4, press tab and escape, the game thinks we're in front of the Quidditch board, and that basically allows us to work to any Quidditch match that we have unlocked. And this is pretty much how we skip the challenge, because if you die in a Quidditch match, you respawn in front of the Quidditch pitch, and that basically just allows us to skip the level entirely.
Yeah, the game is not smart enough to not understand. Wait, I can't jump. Oh, there we go. Do not understand that we haven't actually beaten the level. This try is also quite cool with the mushroom. You can cut it off and then use it as like a jumping pad to get up here, to get the ledge grab. Yeah, you see the Quidditch Warp quite a couple times during this run. There are like a few levels where it works, like Flo explained. Some level just have the clear check like when you enter for some reason. You enter the level and the game thinks you're done, but some levels don't. Like especially the last two are the most, pretty much the only levels left that we really have to play.
Yeah, it's pretty much only spell challenges, and I think it's only spell challenges actually that we Quidditch Warp out of, and a couple other like small cutscene that you'll see later. But yeah, we can't do that every time. Like for Bicorn and Boomslang, the game actually checks if we grab the ingredient in order to progress in the story, and same later on for Aragog in Forest. It actually checks if we killed Aragog, etc.
What's up with my jumping? That was not what I was supposed to do here. There's a trick here that's called Dumbledore Skip, because there's a cutscene up there. I missed my staircase ride, that's okay though. And you can jump around the cutscene using the momentum of the staircase. And the cutscene is actually one of the very few in this game that you cannot skip.
Yeah.
So I just saved like, what, 2 minutes, I think?
Yeah. If you fail that jump, usually we close the game and we retry the trick, because it's just faster. Because if you just trigger that cutscene, you get sent to Dumbledore's office, and there's a bunch of unskippable cutscenes, and you just lose about 2 minutes. So that's not fun.
Yeah, it's like we're not entirely sure why those cutscenes in specific are unskippable. I think you softlock if you like. I think someone tried to mod it so you can skip them, but then the game softlocks. So instead of fixing that, they were probably just like, let's make it unskippable.
Yeah, it's just I think it's the statue when you enter Dumbledore's office. It just doesn't work properly because it has to move and stuff, and it just doesn't work properly when you skip it.
Yeah, so you can't like get out or something. So yeah, good job developing it. Again, the next level we had is or was supposed to be another quest for one of the Polyjuice potion ingredients, which is Goyd's hair. But again, we can just Quidditch teleport out of it, and the game thinks we've beaten the level now.
There's actually another glitch we haven't talked about. In addition to the Quidditch Warp, for whatever reason, if when you load the level, you have the Quidditch menu open, the one that allows you to warp out of levels. If you match click the sex match, which is a match that you normally can only unlock after you've done all the other matches, and you just select a Quidditch match that you've already unlocked, it will warp you to the sex match anyways. We don't know why that happens, but yeah, Malfoy does a lot more damage on that match, and it just allows us to pretty much die as soon as possible to exit the Quidditch match.
Yeah, it's the reason I jumped into the last level, because that's the way you get the Quidditch menu open during the load, which you need for the the fast Quidditch match. Yeah. Also, hey, we're gone now. I don't think much changes in terms of like speed or anything.
Not really. I think your red box is like in pretty much the exact same.
Yeah, I think so as well.
But it looks
it's a cool theme though, so that's nice.
So the best music in the entire game.
Definitely. And yeah, it's also not really. We don't play him for a long time either, because it's just we're just supposed to enter a level as him or transformed into him, because it's the Slytherin common room, so they only let you in if you're a Slytherin. But again, same rules apply for that level. We can fully skip it with the Quidditch Warp, so you can see it once again, dying to Malfoy in Quidditch. But after that, we have some more level that we actually play. The mid-game of this is really just like a lot of running around and getting into Quidditch matches.
So yeah. Also, we didn't Quidditch Warp because, as I said, you can Quidditch Warp pretty much out of every spell challenge. We didn't do it on Rictus Impera. The only reason for that is we don't have any Quidditch match unlocked, so we cannot do it. There's literally no way to skip Rictus Impera on 60 FPS, unfortunately.
Yeah, worst challenge.
Yeah. We're entering the Slater common room now. A very, very complex level.
Mm-hmm. Again, for this, by the way, if you would skip the cutscene that I just watched, this like last door wouldn't open. For that one, I'm pretty certain. So, again, that's why they made it unskippable, because the game just broke apparently when they tried it. Yeah, once again against Malfoy. You want to get, by the way, that's a good thing to know if your Quidditch was good or not. You see the score on the top, and this is not going to be good. But you see how many points are scored total, and you want a match where it's only 30 points. So it's like either 30-0 or like 20-10 or whatever. That means you had a good Quidditch. I don't think 20 points is possible, right?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah.
It would be way too hard.
If you see 30 points summed up, then you know you had a good Quidditch. I had 40, which is not the end of the world. It's acceptable.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, we're just going to go up to our next class, or the last class even, which is Spongify. I guess if we have any donations, now is a good spot as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, we have plenty. We have lots of love, as I say. So here we go. We've received a $10 anonymous donation without a comment. We've received $5 from Kaylee219, who says, shout out to Tierna Grants in 2018. He was over there eating beans. We've received $5 from Idaho Star, Harry Potter for the win, Flo and Nixxo hype. And we have received another $20 from Complex Beaver. Nixxo, when is full series? Same for you, Flo. Thank you very much indeed for all those wonderful donations. Please keep them coming in, folks. Remember, they all benefit Alzheimer's Fondant, so anything you can spare would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the donations. Also to explain that, since we have time anyways, because there is another spell learning. There's the longest one as well, but so we can just have that in the background. But there is a thing called full series for Harry Potter speedrunning, which is essentially, since we talked about it, there are a lot of different versions of this game. So we count 23 main series games across like all kinds of consoles: PC, PlayStation 1, Xbox, PlayStation 2, GBA, GBC, DS. And it's like a runtime. I think the record is at like 39 hours right now, made by, the man himself who donated as well. So it's like a 39-hour run, and he did it in one go, so that's pretty sick.
No breaks.
Yep, no breaks.
Also worth noting that since Complex Beaver did his full series run, we literally found like more than 3 hours of time save in all the games combined. So
yeah, and that was last year in like June or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 GBA games got down. They were both like above 1 hour, and now they're both like under 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. So, turns out the Harry Potter Game Boy Advance games are very broken.
Yeah. Right. So last star keys, and also the last spell challenge. So we could Quidditch Warp out of that one, but boosting straight to the end is just faster than doing a Quidditch Warp.
Yeah, it's a very nice level design for speedrunners. It just goes straight up.
Oh,
it's probably also the most fun spell casually.
Yeah.
Like, you see how the mechanic works. You cast at the carpet and then it bounces you up. So it's really fun to mess around with that. Sadly, we don't have time for fun, obviously, at speedrunners. So we just end the level. And we are on our way to the late game of this game, I'd say.
Yep. We're approaching our final Quidditch Warp. It'll be the last of the run. Finally.
No more Quidditch after, I promise.
Can I sneak in a quick one here for you?
Sure.
Thank you very much. We've received $100 from Hans98. Thank you so much. First-time donator, long-time watcher. Well, thank you so much indeed for that very generous donation towards Alzheimer Fondant. Greatly appreciated. We hope you're enjoying the run.
Yeah, that's a big donation. Thanks for that. Also, I don't need to boost up anymore because we have the shortcuts unlocked technically with that Spongify, which is quite neat. I mean, we don't go anywhere else except to the second floor now anyways. It's like, when in doubt in this game, go to Myrtle's bathroom. That's kind of the spot that always progresses the story. Also, this riding is fun on low graphics. You can't really read anything. Talking about low graphics, it's actually used in this game by almost everyone who runs any percent. I think everyone.
Yeah,
Because of the brightness boosting
it's
mostly.
yeah, it doesn't do like much. It's just when we do the brightness boosting, when we unpause the game, we get like a pretty annoying lag. It just lags the game for like a couple frames, and for whatever reason, if we play in low graphics, we get no lag, and it just saves a lot of time because we do several boosts in this run.
Yeah, a couple seconds every boost sum up to quite a big amount in the end.
Right, last Quidditch match. So we just skipped MV Hagrid, the cutscene where we're supposed to learn that Harry freed the monster that killed the girl in the bathroom.
Hagrid freed the monster. I
Yep.
think you said Harry, but yeah.
Oh, did I say Harry?
I don't know. But yeah, it's the cutscene where Tom Riddle frames him essentially. So we make our way down to his hut to confront him, and then for some reason he sends us in the forest, so we have to kill his pet spider. It's a weird story. It's Harry Potter for you. But that's again one of the level we actually have to play. So let's get back to that. Also, the second time we're on the night map, which is quite interesting because this level is only one other time in the game, which is the very first night once we arrive in Hogwarts. And the trigger to enter this level that we're about to enter exists in the very first night, and we can access it. So we could go to the second to last level during the first night, so literally like a minute into the run. Sadly, the only problem is entering a level out of order does not unlock the spells you need. So we wouldn't be able to beat it, or we're not able to beat it, rather. Which is a shame. Otherwise, the run would go down to like 8 minutes, I think.
Yeah, sadly in this game, unlike HP1, where when you learn the spell, like when you do the spell learning, you actually learn the spells, unlike HP1, which just gives you the illusion that you're learning the spell, but you already have all of them unlocked. So yeah, if we could just enter, or if someone could find a way to unlock all the spells during the first night, the run would be 7 minutes long.
Yeah, it would be only like 3 level essentially.
Yeah.
Also, another interesting glitch coming up with the Spongify tile up here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, feel free to talk about that.
Yeah. So in this game, when you bounce off a Spongify tile, when you land, you don't take any fall damage. And if you grab a ledge while being in this animation of bouncing off the Spongify tile, you preserve those properties of not taking any fall damage. So we can just abuse that and just do a boost right after we grab a ledge, so that we get sent further. We skip a little bit of walking, and because we don't take any fall damage, we can just we can just abuse the boost and the Spongify tile properties.
Yeah, it's also classified as a glitch. It's probably the most common thing that invalidates glitches runs. You just Spongify into a ledge and don't realize, and then drop down and don't take fall damage. Also, Aragog is interesting. You're supposed to cut all of his webs, but we just cut 2 webs 4 times. Oh, I missed one. That's fine. So there we go. That's the first phase done. Aragog is actually a really lame boss fight. He's also very loud. I hope I balanced it reasonably well, but for some reason they made Aragog so he's on a separate voice slider, which means we cannot really control his volume, because if you turn the game volume down, his volume does not change, which is quite fun. But it's basically just stand here, spam Rick to Sempra with the pause casting, and then eventually his health is done. The second boss fight against the Basilisk is a lot better than this. This one is just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty much you just pause cast the entire time, and pause casting on this boss fight actually saves a lot of time because you just do a lot of Rick to Sempra in this fight. There's really not much going on.
Yeah. It's a terrible fight. It's even casually a terrible fight. There's
it's really not that good. Alright, approaching Chamber, and the trick we talked about earlier called Scourge Snipe, so which Nixxo will obviously get first, right?
What was it, 20? I should wager 20 against. If I fail it, I have to donate the 20.
Oh.
I'm down for that. My bank account is probably not happy about that, but it is for charity. We'll see. It's just a very precise snipe. We'll see how it goes. We have certain setups and visual cues for it, but it's not like a 100% trick, unfortunately, at least for the most people.
Yeah.
Just fail it every now and then. So it's down here. You're supposed to go all the way around for this gate. You can, however, cast at the Scourge through here. And that's 20, not from me. I still donate.
Oh,
That's
first
okay.
try.
So yeah, that's essentially what it is. There were some pixel on the other side that you can hit, so you don't have to go around. And I'm quite happy I got that, I have to admit. And this is the final few rooms before the boss. Again, we also couldn't, like, if someone would find a way to get into chamber early, we also wouldn't be able to finish like the game because we don't have all those spells.
Yeah, we need defender.
Oh, you saw all those cobwebs. I'm not gonna boost here because I think I would die. Let's redo that.
We pretty much we don't need Spongify to complete chamber. We have some like very ridiculous strats to get past most of the Spongify tile. So yeah, if someone because the trigger in the bathroom to get inside the chamber is always active. So if we could find a way to clip through the sink, we would save a lot of time. We could basically go to chamber right after we finish defender.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll probably cut down like 20 seconds to get in 20 minutes to get in here early.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. This room is another good example for how well they placed collision, because this bridge has like proximity sensor, and it goes down if you walk across it. But thankfully, they placed some collision down there, so you don't die. It's very nice from the devs.
You just thought about speedrunners. How kind.
Yeah, definitely. Also, we enter the discount Indiana Jones section. There's a big boulder chasing us. It's like this section is probably the easiest thing. Yeah. Like when I was a child and I played this game, I pretty much died everywhere but here. Like there's just no way.
Yeah, it's actually hard to die on this.
Yeah, it's so incredibly slow. Like I could probably stand still for 20 seconds. Like look where it is. It's all the way up there. I don't know what they thought when they made this. It's a weird part.
Then we got the final boost of the run.
Not sure that missed.
Oh wow. Yeah.
There we go, skipping one cycle of the swing. Perfect. We can enter this early. And we have the boss fight room. With nice fire, fire snakes.
Yeah, we can just walk through the first three, and for the last three, we wait a little bit and take some intentional damage on the second one, just to go faster, because it doesn't take much health.
They're actually like quite hard to dodge. There's for the bingo, we have a goal, like Harry Potter bingo. We have a goal to dodge all of them, all of the fire things in chamber. It's actually quite hard to do. So we take that 1 damage and we're off. Yeah, I'll focus on the snake fight. Feel free to explain.
Yeah, so the thing interesting about this fight is you can only kill the snake on the second vent when he comes out of it. You cannot kill him on any other vent. Like when he's at like 1% health, you cannot kill him anywhere else. So the idea is we try to pretty much like deal damage to the snake until he's at like 1% on any vent. And when he's like close to being dead, we just go to this second vent and just try to kill him. You can kill him in 2 cycles.
Up, by the way, I should probably announce
that. Oh yeah, time is coming up in 20 seconds.
Yeah, a little bit late on that.
But yeah, you can kill him in 2 cycles, but it's really difficult.
Yeah, he came out 3 times. The optimal strat is so he only comes out 2 times, but that's okay. And there goes time. There we are.
GG.
Sorry if I announced it a bit late, but yep. That was actually a fairly solid run. We didn't die, so that's all that matters. And I want to stop the car. There we go. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's it. That was Harry Potter 2 for the PC for you. It's quite a broken game, as you might have seen. We've pretty much played like half the level only, and the rest we just Quidditch warped out of. It's quite a fun run, though. I would recommend. And yeah, we're not done with Harry Potter yet because we have HP 3 after, which is, you'll realize the game is very similar, but has way different tricks because it is on a different engine. Everything that's kind of broken in this is really the engine's fault for the most part. Like we kind of, friendly trash talk the devs quite a bit, but it's mostly just Unreal Engine 1 that's kind of yikes. Yeah. yeah, I guess that's it from us. Thank you so much for letting us do this here, for having 2 Harry Potter runs in here. It's kind of awesome. And yeah, we'll head it back to the staff, I guess.
Okay, well, thank you so much for that absolutely fantastic run. We still have a bit of love here sitting for you. So we've received $5 from Milhonitus, who says, Nixxo, why aren't you going for early chamber? Good luck. Rairu has given $25 without any comment, but thank you for that. Mocha94 donates $10. Nixxo, now that you're famous, can I get your autograph? In all seriousness, thanks to ESA for hosting our community. Well, it's our absolute pleasure. And finally, to finish off, we have $20 from Complex Beaver, who says, Pog, but do full series. Okay, thanks. Well, thank you so much indeed for all those wonderful donations there. We really, really do appreciate them all. Thank you also for an absolute amazing run. So stay with us, folks. We are going to be back very shortly with the next run, which is going to be Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. We're going to go over to a quick intermission and we'll be back fairly shortly. Stay tuned.